I got to see We Live in Time at the world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, and it was definitely one of my most anticipated of the entire trip. I think it's hard to find somebody that truly dislikes both Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. I mean, the two of them are some of the best talent we have in Hollywood, and they also get bonus points for seeming, at least, like they're some of the most genuine people in Hollywood, which is something that's pretty rare. So when you take two talented, really good people, put them together in a rom-com that's getting distributed by A24, you have my attention. Especially when you bring in director John Crowley, who previously did Brooklyn, which I really did enjoy back in 2015. And rom-coms are really not my thing, so you really need to bring your A game when I'm going to one of these, because if not, I'm gonna be zoning in and out the entire time. I just feel like a lot of them get too cheesy, or they're just not funny enough, but luckily, I think We Live in Time is pretty great in terms of being a rom-com. A lot of them just aren't funny enough, and they feel a little bit too repetitive. And although I wouldn't say We Live in Time is necessarily on the list of the best rom-coms ever made, I do think it's pretty damn good. And the real test for me is that if you send a couple to see a rom-com and the boyfriend is cracking up while the girlfriend cries at two completely different scenes, I think you have a winner in a movie. And I think We Live in Time absolutely nails that part of being a rom-com. Like, in terms of comedy, the movie is actually really funny. Like, there's one scene that involves parallel parking that really cracked me up. There's another sequence involving a bathroom that had my entire theater howling. And I understand I was at the world premiere, it was a super packed theater, but it's truly one of the best sequences I've seen in the entire year, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. And in terms of their performances, there's a lot of good and just a little bit of bad, I would say. Because in terms of the good news, I mean, it's no surprise that Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh are really good in a movie together. Like, come on, there was never any doubt about that. But I will say, if Florence Pugh is really good in the movie, then Andrew Garfield is great in the movie. And I'm somebody that probably puts Florence Pugh in the top 5 best actresses working today. So good on both of them for absolutely killing it in the film. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like I actually buy their chemistry. Like, if the point of filmmaking is to tell a seamless story and you're supposed to buy into the illusion that you're seeing on screen, then I just have to be honest. At no point did I ever feel like these two were actually a couple. And I don't know how to describe it other than saying that each of them feels like they both play a great partner individually, but it just feels like two really talented actors that are pretending to be a family the entire time. And that's not a negative that I'm going to scream about. I'm not going to walk out of a movie being like, oh my god, actors just felt like actors. It's not something that kills a movie for me by any means, but I do think it stops We Live in Time. Like, We Live in Time is a good movie, no doubt, but it stops it from being a great movie. There's also some emotional beats that the film goes for throughout the entire story that just really didn't work for me. But I also think that's a personal thing of me not feeling that emotion, because my theater had a lot of sniffling at a lot of parts. And even if I don't cry in a movie, there's quite a few times where I'll feel like tearing up, but I really don't. But again, I don't think a lot of people agree with me on that. I'm gonna take my girlfriend, at the time of recording this anyway, I'm gonna take my girlfriend to see this tomorrow, and I'm sure she's gonna be a wreck by the end of it. But again, I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with me on that. Like, at the time of recording this, I'm going to take my girlfriend in the morning to see it for her first time, and I don't expect her to not cry. I think she's gonna be crying a lot in this movie. I think the themes the film plays around with are a lot more interesting and deeper than a lot of rom-coms in the genre, but overall, We Live in Time is just a solid date night movie. But at the same time, I don't think you're gonna be talking about it 3 years from now, and I'd love to be proven wrong, but as of now, that's how I feel. If this feels like a shorter review than usual, it's because this is a segment of a much larger video that I've put on the channel already, kind of reviewing my entire experience of the Toronto International Film Festival this year. I saw about 37 movies, which is absolutely crazy, and I talk about all of them in that video. Some of these are the biggest Oscar players of the year, some of them are the best horror movies of the year, whatever it is. We talk about a lot of movies in that video, so a link to that full video will be in the description here. But if you just want to see the shorter reviews that keep coming out over the next week or two, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of those reviews that drop. This is also all of my social media right here, so if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, I check the Letterboxd the most. I haven't been as active on this because I've been working on this video and so many other projects over the past month, but I love talking about movies on there. So if you want to keep up with what I'm watching, be sure to watch that. Also, shout out to Reed for being so patient with me and helping edit all these videos and getting all these exports out. So if you need help with any editing at all, be sure to hit him up. He will absolutely help your videos out a ton. Be sure to like these videos, whether it's this video, the Long Toronto video, they all help me out a ton. It helps more than you think. I know a lot of people ask for you to hit the like button, but it helps me pay Reed to help me keep editing these videos. So if you won't like it for me, like it for Reed. And be sure to comment down below. Have you seen this movie yet? If the film has come out, what did you think of it? If it hasn't come out yet, are you excited for it still? Did my opinion change? I mean, this outro is going on the end of all my videos. So with this specific movie, I don't know if I loved it or if I hated it, but you know what? At the end of the day, a day talking about movies is a good day. So I'd love to talk to you in the comment section down below. And that is it for me. So this is Chase. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks.